people ask you, what is your startup? And then they will ask you, how much revenue do you have? Which is just another way of asking, how successful are you? So you start looking for an idea, trying to find the one that would fit you, because an idea is like a label, something that defines you. Oh, he's the founder of Amazon. Oh, she's the founder of Canva. This guy over there, he built the Riff. So you start to take a leap of faith and set out on a journey that will transform you forever. Welcome to the startup world. My name is Avely, and today we're going to talk about mistakes and what kind of mistakes you definitely shouldn't do. Fun fact, you're going to do the mistakes anyway, but are you going to take your mistakes as your friends, or you're going to just close your eyes and just avoid what they're trying to teach you?
Hi, and welcome to Startup Hell Level 1. You don't know who you are. I would like to start this mistake off with a story that we have. And the story begins that I was out skiing one night. And I was just skiing up like a really steep hill. And I gave it all I had. And when I reached up the hill, I was naturally panting. I was out of breath. I was like, and on top of the hill, incidentally, my phone rang. So I instinctively picked up my phone, and I started calling. I answered it, and I started talking to the phone, and I was like, hello? And it turned out it was a customer. It was a customer who called at 9 p.m., and they wanted to say that, I was charged by a company called Berry Tree OU. Do you know anything about this? I found your number underneath it. Our company was called Berry Tree OU, while the product that we sold was called Barely Fit. And what did we learn from this experience? When you pick a name, make sure you use it consistently. Like, the first thing that pops into my head is that whenever I get a bill or whenever I see my bank statement that there is co-module OU who has charged me, I'm always going to go like, what the heck, did somebody scam me? What is this? And then I remember, oh, it's Tool. So use the name consistently. And make sure that your name passes the mom test, because there's nothing worse than telling your friend what your company's name is, and they're trying to guess, what is it, like bear? Bear? How do you spell it? No, it doesn't pass. No. And for that reason, just avoid like clever wordplay or misspellings, because clarity beats clever any hour of the day. Just remember that.
Okay, thanks, Toomas, for reminding me. So before I continue, I want to clarify what is Naine.fit. So Naine.fit is an online gamified fitness platform for women to help them reach their fitness goals. Basically, you do the workout, and you will get rewarded, but you do the workout with your accountability buddy. We can talk about Naine.fit later on, but this speech is focused on you. I remember the day when we thought that we should do something that I have been the most afraid of: paid advertising. Deep down, I knew that I didn't want to be one of those guys who created a boring ad in a style of, oh, buy a chair. I wanted to be more creative, like Steve Jobs. So I created an ad featured on the left side of the image: train at home, wash at home. People had no idea what the hell was being advertised. But in our minds, it was like a Steve Jobs version of Think Different. So we found this incredible guide through online, which is for free, and I think and I hope it can help you as well. And many things that author mentions here applies to your landing page and paid advertising as well. So feel free to check it out.
Hi, Toomas again, and welcome to level 3 of startup hell. You DIY everything. As an engineer, I know the urge to build and code stuff. I really do. And when faced with this kind of urge to build and code, we had two options in the beginning of Naine.fit. Either option A, we go with a pre-built solution that would cost us 200 euros a month. Or option B, we go and build it from scratch. And since we are the most sensible people to do the startup thing, we of course went with the most sensible option, to build everything from scratch. And it was horrible. I was suffering the whole time because on top of all the dumpster fires that you're currently trying to put out, you have to deal with customer rejections, you have to deal with logins, and the system that you build is going to break at the most inconvenient times. So what should you do about it? You should realize that nobody else cares about your startup. Nobody. And for that reason, you, as the founders, should focus on the core problem domain. You should ask yourself, what is the problem I'm solving? And what is the easiest way to solve this problem? Because all you're looking for at this stage is validation. And for that reason, you should reuse available platforms and resources as much as possible. Even if it costs you 200 euros a month, as long as it solves your problem, use it. And outsource all of the meaningless things. Outsource if you have to do DJ mixes, whatever. Outsource as much as possible so you could work on the core domain. And when outsourcing, communicate outcomes instead of, because remember, nobody cares about your startup. So if you tell someone, I need this, they will not put a lot of effort into it. So you will need to be very clear about what you want, by what date, and what you expect it to be like. And a piece of knowledge that helped me was that, well, you don't have to do everything, but you have to know how it's done. So you can outsource it.
Okay, feedback. Toomas always told me, if we add this one more feature here, we will have more customers. And I blindly followed him. And when we asked our friends, they said, yeah, it's a good idea, you should definitely do that. So, can you see that something is wrong here? Your friends are not your customers. You are not your customers. Even your other half is not your customer. So ask your users' feedback. Ask what do they want, what do they feel, and don't assume. But what did I do? I needed to be super creative because I wanted to run away from Toomas and his endless features. So I messaged through Instagram to my potential clients and asked, oh, would you like to try this new product and give me some valuable feedback? Most of them said yes, of course. And later on, they turned into paying customers as well. And other trick, go to McDonald's. So many people over there, and you will get live feedback. Just ask, oh, would you like to try my new product in return for a hamburger? People love it, trust me. So just go to McDonald's.
Hi, welcome to Startup Hell, level 5. You don't prioritize your health. So this is me, about 4 years ago. I was the definition of a couch potato. I was out of shape, and I hated my fragile body. I had wrist pains, knee pains, shoulder pains, back pains, all kinds of pains imaginable. But even more than that, I hated physical exercise. I hated it. I hated it so much. So I was looking for ways to get around this. I was looking for hacks. I even bought myself one of those back belts, you know, that would keep you straight. And yeah, The only thing it did is gave me a bad rash in my armpits and some weird looks from my colleagues because I was constantly walking around like I owned the place. But a month after this photo was taken, on the 1st of January, Avely forced me to start exercising every single day. I hated her. I hated every minute of it, and I hated her. And I was so mad that I even ripped our yoga mat in half in some
I got so mad at this, by the way.
It was a nice mat, I know, but it was surprisingly easy to break. But what she did was genius. She forced me to exercise just 1 minute per day. 1 minute of plank a day. That's it. And now, 1,321 days later, we have been both doing exercises daily in a row. We haven't skipped a single day. Like, cross my heart and I swear to die. Like, we haven't skipped a single day. We've exercised when we had stomach flu. We exercised when we landed in a foreign country at 3 a.m. We exercised when we were hungover, before the party, after the party, whatever. The only goal that you have is do not break the streak. And the reasoning is very simple, because if you do something every single day, it will turn into a habit. I guarantee to you, if you do it every single day, it will turn into a habit. And I give you like 30 days, Toomas's money-back guarantee, that you will turn into a person who loves exercising. As simple as that. There's no other hacks around it. Just do it. So yes, to recap, start small, ridiculously small. Your only option or your only goal is not to break the cycle. Because at the end of everything, when your startup fails, you will still have your body. You will still have your mental health. You will still have your health, and you can still start again. And even if your startup succeeds, then what good is it if you're, I don't know, out of shape and you're in constant pain and you're suffering?
Okay, when I started to create the content to social media, it was so terrifying. I cried literally every single day when I needed to create the content. I hated it, really. However, if every person has a superpower, then mine is consistency. So I promised to myself that the next 30 days, I will do Instagram stories, no matter what. So I did. And eventually, I got better at this. Now, 2 years later, I have been analyzing why I was so scared. First of all, I had no idea how to create the content, no idea how to build the relationship between the customer and the product. Also, I was scared what others might think. So perfect combination, right? No knowledge and no idea how to solve the puzzle. So what did I do? I shifted my mindset. I started focused on people who I was willing to help. And what?
Your job.
Yeah.
Your job is not to care about what others think or make them like you.
Yeah, your job is to find a solution, to find solutions for different problems and then show them this for the people. So be brave, but not perfect.
Hi, welcome to level 7 of Startup Hell. You didn't validate your idea. So back when we started Naine.fit, we both quit our jobs. Basically, we quit our jobs without knowing what was going to happen. This was pre-COVID. This was at the end of 2019. Everything was rosy. You know, life is good. All we had was a bunch of savings and a burning desire to build something together. We had been talking about this for years. But that pile of cash you have over there will burn faster and brighter than all of the other dumpster fires you're trying to put out. And to be honest, we got lucky. we were really lucky. We were lucky because we kind of stumbled into this problem that we were solving, and we stumbled into a market where people were willing to pay for our product. If I could go back and give myself advice, it would be do your market research, who are your competitors, and try to get people to pay for your product. Because the best validation is when somebody pays for your product. Cash up front, it doesn't matter. If nobody is willing to pay for it, it doesn't matter. Because the internet is full of horror stories where a guy built an app for 2 years and he only has $10 to show for it. 2 years of his life, boom, gone. So what should you do about it? Go and do your market research. Because if you're ever feeling that you're reluctant to promote your product, this is a symptom. It's a symptom that you don't know whether your product will succeed or whether you have found a market niche or whether you're actually solving a problem. And you're just delaying the pain of rejection. Because your baby, the thing that you built, remains awesome. It's the most awesome thing until it gets rejected for the first time. So what should you do about it? Read. And if there is one book I would recommend all of you to read, it would be The Lean Startup. Read that and learn from someone else's mistakes and learn from our mistakes. And at the end of the day, to err is human. To make mistakes is human. But that's half the fun. This is what building a startup is about. Making mistakes quickly and learning from them. So go home tonight, start making mistakes, start learning from them, and thank you for listening.
Thank you, Avely and Toomas. So if you have any questions, don't go anywhere.
Oh,
no.
oh, we have time.
We have 2 minutes. 2 minutes for the questions.
Questions.
Yes.
Awesome.
You can still go to Vatamo and pop your question there. But I have 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
The mom test shouldn't also apply to friends. What was the best practical strategy for you to gather feedback?
The best practical strategy to gather feedback.
Do you have any?
Reach out to people and ask the feedback.
Yeah, literally.
McDonald's, right?
Yeah, McDonald's, or you message to Instagram, social media, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Literally talk to people, talk to users. And this McDonald's thing, this was an idea that we got actually from Photo Room, an app that removes background from images. They actually went to McDonald's and they said, hey, I'll buy you a Happy Meal if you try out my app.
Yeah.
And then they saw instantly that, oh, okay, this is too complicated for me. And then
You will get so much from this, so definitely do that.
Okay. Next question. This is an interesting thing, so listen up. Outsource, then outsource the outsourcing, then outsource the outsource of the outsourcing. Isn't it also a bit of a mistake? Yes. Is it a mistake or not?
I think first you have to know what you want to outsource, and you have to have the skill. You don't have to be perfect, but you have to have some kind of skill or knowledge that what do you actually want. You can't just go to someone and I don't know, ask to program if you don't know anything about this. You should have you have to know something.
Yeah.
Or you should have someone who knows about programming.
Yeah.
Who knows good code when they see that. Otherwise, it's like.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you so much, Avely and Toomas. Let's give it up one more time to Avely and Toomas. Thank you.